Certainly. Here are 20 VB.NET interview questions along with their answers. What is VB.NET? VB.NET, Visual Basic.NET, is a programming language developed by Microsoft. It is an object-oriented programming language that is part of the .NET framework. Explain the difference between ByVal and ByRef in VB.NET. ByVal passes the value of a variable to a procedure, while ByRef passes the memory address, reference, of the variable. What is the purpose of the option strict statement in VB.NET? Option strict enforces strict data typing, which means variables must be declared with a specific data type, preventing implicit type conversions. Explain the try, catch, finally block in VB.NET. The try block contains code that might generate an exception. The catch block handles the exception, and the finally block contains code that always executes, whether an exception occurs or not. What is the MyBase keyword used for in VB.NET? MyBase is used to refer to the immediate base class of the current class. Differentiate between function and sub in VB.NET. A function returns a value, while a sub does not return any value. What is the purpose of the handles clause in VB.NET? The handles clause is used to associate an event handler with a specific event source. How does late binding differ from early binding in VB.NET? Early binding is resolved at compile time, while late binding is resolved at runtime. Late binding provides more flexibility but may result in runtime errors. Explain the concept of inheritance in VB.NET. Inheritance allows a class, derived or child class, to inherit the characteristics and behaviors of another class, base or parent class. What is the purpose of the isPostBack property in ASP.NET? isPostBack is a property used to determine whether the page is being loaded for the first time or is being reloaded due to a postback. What is the significance of the handles keyword in VB.NET events? The handles keyword is used to declare that a particular procedure is handling a specific event for a specific control. Explain the viewState in ASP.NET. ViewState is a client-side state management technique in ASP.NET used to persist the values of controls during postbacks. What is the purpose of the nullable of T structure in VB.NET? Nullable of T allows a value type to be assigned a value of nothing in addition to its normal range. How is exception handling done in VB.NET? Exception handling in VB.NET is done using the try, catch, finally blocks. The try block contains the code that might throw an exception, and the catch block handles the exception. Explain the use of the import statement in VB.NET. The import statement is used to import namespaces, making it easier to reference types from those namespaces in your code. What is the purpose of the friend keyword in VB.NET? The friend keyword is an access modifier that makes a class member or object accessible within the same assembly but not from outside the assembly. How can you implement multithreading in VB.NET? Multithreading in VB.NET can be implemented using the thread class or the thread pool class. What is the IEnumerable interface used for in VB.NET? IEnumerable is an interface in VB.NET used to iterate through a collection of objects. Explain the use of the using statement in VB.NET. The using statement is used for better resource management, especially with objects that implement the iDisposable interface. What is the purpose of the shadows keyword in VB.NET? The shadows keyword is used to declare a variable or a member that hides a member with the same name in a base class. It is a way of providing a new implementation for an inherited member.